panic doesn't cope. He spirals efficiently. He's got a bug-out bag in every room, including the fridge, especially the fridge. He doesn't drink coffee. He interrogates it. Are you calm? No? Good. Once mistook a microwave beep for a countdown. Dived behind the couch. Stayed there for 3 hours. He calls socks. Foot helmets. Never wears mismatched ones. Chaos starts at the toes. Tried yoga. Stretched into a new dimension of anxiety. Keeps bubble wrap in his pockets. Not for popping, for protection. He once flinched at his own reflection, and if he whispers, "We're all gonna die," he means today. Bonu's face isn't really a face. It's a spinning wheel, like a game show. But the prize could be lightning, could be nothing, could be you. Ask how he feels. He tilts his head. The wheel lands on a question mark. He smiles. Roll again. One kid poked him once. The lights went out for 10 seconds. Their name hasn't been said since. Bonu doesn't play games. He is the gamble. Every spin rewrites something. Memories, faces, timelines. When he asks, "Want to spin?" just know the wheel's already spinning, and it remembers your name. Challenge time! According to statistics, only 3% of viewers manage to like this video and subscribe before the timer runs out. Are you fast enough? Prove it! Drop a comment if you made it in time. Wubbox doesn't sleep. They recharge through bass drops. Their eyebrows locked in judgment. Once skipped a party because the playlist had no emotional arc. Silence hit harder. Their chest core pulses only to cursed remixes found on broken flash drives. They taught a microwave to beatbox. Then, rage quit. Too mainstream. Wubbox collects broken headphones. None work. All worn like metals. They speak in synth glitches and sarcasm presets. Dance by shifting pixels. Once hosted a rave using only eye gestures and static. No one heard it. Everyone danced. Wubbox doesn't ride the beat. They are the drop. Miss it? Catch echoes in your teeth. Spoaken is just a speaker, technically, but don't say that out loud. He'll crank the bass until your teeth hum in harmony. He doesn't talk, he drops frequencies. His voice? Somewhere between a purr and an earthquake. He once DJ'd a picnic with bird chirps, sprinkler clicks, and one rogue sneeze. It went platinum, instantly. He refuses to play anything unless it's emotionally resonant. That includes vacuum cleaner solos, especially vacuum cleaner solos. He doesn't walk, he subwoofs. His dance style? Pure tremor. Windows rattle, plants lean in. Spoaken doesn't need attention. He just makes the silence jealous. Skin doesn't care what's going on. She already decided it's beneath her. She talks slow, moves slower, judges fastest. That smirk? Permanent. If silence were a weapon, she'd be overarmed. She wears a bow. No one knows why. She doesn't explain. You wouldn't get it anyway. Maybe it's ironic. Maybe it's iconic. Probably both. Once, a Sprunki asked if she wanted to join their dance party. She blinked. Once. Sipped her juice. Said, "I am the party." There was no music. Somehow, she was still right. Skin doesn't chase the vibe. She is the vibe. Untouchable, unbothered, unmoved. Kip's name? Unpronounceable. Sounds like someone sneezed during a coding exam, so they just call him Kip and move on. He's black and white, like a retro cartoon that wandered into Wi-Fi range. His brain runs on grayscale logic and dial-up emotion. Never blinks. Probably forgot how. His headphones? Decorative. Or prophetic. Hard to tell. One Sprunki asked if they play anything. Kip just blinked. The Sprunki now hosts weekly seminars on silence. He doesn't walk. He drifts, like static on a broken TV. And if he ever speaks a full sentence, don't respond. Just back up slowly and let the timeline adjust. Missing looks like he lost a fight with a blender, and won emotionally. His cone? A sarcasm amplifier. Not proven, but no one dares question it twice. He once fell asleep during yoga and reawakened as modern art. That pose is now internationally banned. He doesn't knock. He bumps into walls until they apologize. Elevators? Vertical regrets. Stairs? Government cardio traps. Eats cereal with a fork. Says milk is for cowards and soup. Carries a spoon, just to remind forks who's boss. Talks to pigeons like they're ex-roommates. And if you hear him sigh, "I miss not being here," give him space. Or a bagel. Pixiy isn't made of pixels. She hoards them, like lint or awkward memories. She's 17, glows like a glitchy screen and believes breakfast should be a legally protected right. Pancakes? Yes. Jelly? Double yes. Together in a smoothie? R.I.P. blender. Her thoughts run on 8-bit. Her fashion sense? Pure geometry. When she laughs, tiny pixel blocks fly out like she sneezed confetti. She calls it emotional rendering. She once flirted with a QR code. It left her on scan. And if she tilts her head while staring at you, congratulations, you're now part of her desktop wallpaper. Neon doesn't glow, he broadcasts. Like a nightclub light got tired of ceilings and decided to start talking. He owns 42 sunglasses, wears none, says they dim his essence. His rings orbit him like they're calculating escape velocity. One flew off during a sneeze and knocked out a drone. He once leaned on a billboard and got accidentally registered as a new app. Neon doesn't sleep. He just dims slightly to ambient mode. His favorite drink? Anything in a clear cup, so he can see himself sparkle. Goal in life? Become the background of every party. Honestly, he already is. Rezo doesn't shine. He simmers, like a microwave with opinions. And yes, he has many. He looks like the sun after quitting. Still hot, just over it. Those spikes? Not for defense. They're jazz hands. Passive-aggressive ones. Rezo doesn't talk. He exhales monologues. Every sentence starts with ugh and ends in existential dread. His hobbies? Floating, judging, perfecting the side-eye. Once a Sprunki tried to high-five him. He blinked, tilted, whispered, "Why?" The Sprunki deactivated. He doesn't lead. He just exists. So convincingly, others follow. That's not laziness. That's gravity. That's Rezo. Silent, simmering, unstoppable. Sebastian doesn't talk. He highlights. He looks like a street lamp earned a PhD and decided to mentor weirdos. Because even shadows need guidance. His lamp, always on, even when it's sunny, especially when it's sunny. The glow says, let's not be stupid today. His face says, too late. He wears a coat like he's solving crimes, but the only mystery? How he's always right without even trying. Ask him anything, he'll blink slowly, tilt his head, and say something so obvious. It stings! Once rewired a toaster mid-sentence. Now it prints calendars. Sebastian doesn't raise his voice. He raises your expectations, brutally.
Yay! Yippee! Yippee! Yippee!
Rogot is a robot, technically, but his brain? 90% glitter glue, 10% duct tape, and 200% overconfidence. He calls himself an idea machine. But most ideas involve macaroni, googly eyes, and one fire drill. Once built a sculpture out of forks. It fell immediately. He clapped. Modern collapse, he said. So raw. He thinks in crayons, speaks in jazz hands, wears a cardboard hat labeled Genius Mode. He owns 7. Tried to redesign a hammer into a flute. It made noise, unclear if on purpose. He's glittery chaos with confidence issues in denial. He's Rogot, and he's everyone's favorite mistake. Anka doesn't walk in. She brews in. That kettle on her head? It whistles when someone lies. She once ended an argument by pouring steam into the silence. No words, just a long sip of eye contact. She stores backup tea bags in her hoodie, next to emotional band-aids. Once stirred her cup during a breakup. The tea turned black before the truth did. People say she's quiet. Wrong. She's steeping. Give her 5 minutes and your whole mood changes flavor. She sleeps in giant mugs, thinks fortune cookies are too loud. And if she ever offers you a sip, don't ask what's in it. Ask what she already knows. Chillsy Star always looks like she just woke up from the best nap in the galaxy. And maybe she did. Her hair defies gravity. Once she leaned back and her swirl rewound a projector. No one asked questions. She keeps a spoon in her sleeve, not for eating, just for reflecting sunlight during awkward silences. Loves socks. Hates shoes. Once kicked a sneaker so hard it allegedly hit the moon. Carries 3 spare stars, in case her forehead one feels emotionally unavailable. She doesn't daydream. She schedules meetings with the stars. And if she dozes off mid-sentence, she'll finish it. Days later, perfectly. Banchi doesn't just play the drums, he vibes with them. He starts each day with a sunrise solo, tapping rhythms into the sand like he's sinking with the tide. His kabasa? Always polished. It squeaks when he's nervous. Proof that even instruments feel things. He drums when you're sad, louder when you're mad. Once he played for hours to cheer up a seashell. It worked. Don't ask how. Banchi doesn't judge. He listens with his palms. One time, he gave a hug and a hi-hat roll at once. The person cried. The hi-hat shimmered. He's not the loudest in the band, but he's the reason it stays in rhythm. Miguel doesn't blink, he calculates. His visor stays on, even in the shower. Says it's for water efficiency. It's not. He's tracking splash physics. His His watch beeps every 7 minutes. Not for time for you. He's logging your inconsistencies. Snacks? He scans them like blueprints. Once called a granola bar, 65% lies, 35% oats. He high-fives with military precision. Same angle, same force. Every single time. Miss the sync? He pauses, recalibrates, then tries again. No emotion, just protocol. Miguel doesn't journal. He graphs feelings on a pie chart. If he smirks mid-scan, you've already made the mistake. He's already solved it. Auton sings opera while brushing his teeth. He calls it vocal hygiene. The neighbors just call it loud. Each morning begins with a la that knocks spoons off shelves. That sticker on his eyebrow? It hides a scar. Ask about it and he'll grin. Perfection needs editing. Sometimes, rarely, it peels off by itself. Nobody asks twice. Once, during a blackout, he belted an aria so powerful the lights flickered back on. Vocal electricity, he shrugs. And that glowing arrow on his head? It only lights up before something dramatic. Really dramatic. Opera isn't his hobby. It's a warning. And you're already in the front row. Sparky moves like molasses with a license to chill. His cap? Lightning bolt. His vibe? Battery at 3% refusing to charge. He once ate a spark plug thinking it was spicy gum. It wasn't. He didn't care. He stores breadcrumbs in his hat for emergencies, like when he forgets meals, names of meals, or how chewing works. He once buttered a shoelace, called it a sandwich. He naps to thunder, wears socks in the shower. Just in case, once used a lightning rod to stir soup. Sparky isn't lazy. He's buffering, and somehow, everyone wants to match his pace. One of them stuck with you. You kept watching for them, not by choice. Like, if one of them knew too much, comment their name before they say yours. Subscribe because they don't just disappear, they wait.